I'm just gonna say hello, everybody.
Yes. Yes. Welcome to Lysa Black's channel. We're having a soul dive conversation with the gorgeous Dharma Love in Los Angeles. What an absolute privilege to have this spiritual teacher and healer here to talk about all matters of the heart and life. Thank you for being here, Dharma Love.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for inviting me. And I want to say hi to everybody watching. Thank you so much for being here right now.
Oh, I am so excited for this because I've been stalking Dharma Love on Instagram for some time now. Repeatedly.
You've been a stalker.
Double tapping all of her posts, seeking her out, checking out her website, and just falling in love with the truth and the power and the love and the light that she's emitting. So I had to request an audience and ask to do this interview so that I can share more of her with all of you that are watching. So thank you so much for being here. We are going to be talking about the purpose of life. We're going to be talking about channeling your gifts and using them to make a difference in the world and actually feel loved ourselves. So if you feel like you're going to like this, stick around and enjoy this interview because we're diving in. And Dharma Love, I would love to ask you if you can explain from your heart in your words what Dharma means for you, beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, Dharma is your path of life. So anything that you were born for, anything that you believe in is your Dharma. Dharma sounds like karma a little bit.
Yes.
And they are very much connected as in the meaning. So I felt like the name Dharma Love was perfect for me because I feel like my path is to love. Just give love and receive love, so I want to be a channel of that. So my Dharma is love.
And when did you really allow yourself to receive that recognition that your life path is love, Dharma Love? When did that happen for you?
Well, it's been actually a long time ago that I recognized that I chose my name. It's been a year, but the path of love has always been in my life, and sometimes love shows itself as a lack of love as well, so I really had to, but it's a wake-up call, and it's really a way in which the universe shows you which way to go. So I found my path sometimes also through the lack of love. I found love. And then I was able to actually recognize it. It's like when you have light and darkness, you can see actually the light because you have been through that darkness.
So true, sweetheart. Turning to my list of beautiful questions here, the next one is if you would be willing to share a pivotal moment of your own awakening, talking about being in the darkness and turning to light and realize that your purpose was love. Are you happy to share one of those dark moments with us, sweetheart?
Absolutely. I will be happy to share one of my darkest moments, and it really makes me very emotional, but in a good way to talk about this right now. I don't talk about it at all, but just because there is no need right now, it's overcome and it's transmuted and just evolved into something else. But I want to share with you because I feel like maybe somebody will be able to relate to this, and that's the gift of sharing things. So I feel like I want to really tell you that one of the biggest moments in which I realized that I was hurting myself and was really part of my awakening was when I was in London, because I was living there for a short amount of time. It was a short amount of time, but was so intense and passionate. And I used to love myself, not so much. I was doing drugs. I was really, just living life without a real purpose, like not following my own purpose. And I guess I was actually looking for myself, and when we are looking for ourselves, we go to places, and these places may be dark sometimes. So I was doing so many drugs that at a certain point I started fainting in bed and just fainting when I was showering because of the pressure of the hot water.
Wow.
And so that was the moment in which I realized that I had to go back to my alignment and just go away from that place, because sometimes we need to leave the place that or the people that we are surrounded by in order to rise up and just change and step back or step into our own alignment. So that was the moment in which I decided, to leave London. I feel like I left, if I remember well, it was a long time ago. I left a couple of days after. So I only needed the time to buy my ticket and organize a couple of things and just leave and go back to Italy, where I come from. And and that was the biggest wake-up call that I had. Like, I felt like I was wasting my life, and but I needed that moment to understand that and to step into my own power. So that was really important for me. Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing, sweetheart, because I love the connection that you're making between a lack of love and the contrast, and that can lead you to discover love. But as we're seeking ourselves and we're seeking the truth of who we are, we can find so many counterfeit forms, and we can find, so many shadow aspects. And I feel like people can feel bad for sometimes being in a position where we're continuing to seek and where we keep going and we keep doing it. And I just love having compassion for myself for the ways that I did that. Binge eating was the way that I did that. And I kept looking for something that wasn't there. And you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and you do it. And then you're like, what I'm seeking is obviously not here. But it takes this pivotal, sufficient amount of pain to be able to call us to attention, because no one can guide us on these things. It really is us and the heavens, or our own internal connection. That's actually it's like you said, that's the compass. It's our heart. But who's talking about following your heart? Like, I never heard that as a little girl. I never heard trust yourself, listen to the whisperings. So I think we're looking for it outside of ourselves, and often we take ourselves to quite a lot of pain. And that is damn good. That is a damn good thing. Because then you pay attention so much, you're like, I have passed out in the shower.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Exactly. And then you're like, no more. Okay, let me just correct that and see what I can do about it.
That's right. And therefore find the light in the shadow, that without that intensity of the shadow, you wouldn't have been able to pivot into alignment. So I just love honoring that. That's so beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for honoring that.
Okay. This is another good question. I love asking this. What do you love most about being human, Dharma love? So many spiritual teachers and people that are healers. We want to float off into the clouds. You know what I mean? We've already made heaven up there. What do you love about being human, darling one?
I love to make connection with people and feel emotions. I feel like emotions are the natural blueprint of us humans. And I feel like whenever we connect to our emotions, we are fulfilling our presence over here.
Wow. I have never heard it put that way. I teach that emotions are the language of the soul. So if we don't listen to them, we can't tune in to who we really are beneath the skin and beneath what...
I love the way that you say it.
Well, I love the way you've said it.
I love it.
That's so beautiful. And to love emotions and to love the sea and the connection that we're capable of having as we allow ourselves to sink into that. Wow. Beautiful, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being a grounded healer. I'm so in awe of...
Thank you so much for being a grounded healer.
It's really nice to feel. And I think that's what I love so much about interviewing beautiful people like you, because a lot of people can take good pictures and a lot of people can kind of show up and, manipulate things to a degree to be able to come across on film in a certain way. And I think in live interviews like this, where we're not pausing or editing, I think it's really easy to transparently see. And I think the more chance we give people to see us in action, the more they can feel the resonance and the truth of who they are through our reflection. And
absolutely.
I was so drawn to you. I'm like, I have to feel her. I need to converse with her so that we can feel.
I was so happy when you asked me. I was ecstatic. I was like, yes, let's do this right away. You asked me a couple of days ago, and here we are. We're already talking.
You're like, I can do Thursday or Friday. And I'm like, Yes.
Yeah.
Thursday. So, I'm really, really grateful to be sharing you with all of my tribe on Facebook and the
I am so
people who follow
grateful
me on YouTube.
for all this. So grateful.
So there are links below if you would like to follow Dharma Love on Instagram like I do and get her glorious feed. Check out the link. She is someone you can really turn to for spiritual guidance if you're seeking a healing session, and she feels like the person that's really going to be able to reach you with her beautiful love. Feel free to reach out to her. She can do in-person sessions in Los Angeles, or she can do over the phone or via distance. So Dharma Love, this has been a like shimmy shimmy joy fest, babe, and I don't think this will be the last either. I'm like,
yeah, we have to do it again. Let's meet again. Let's talk about beautiful soul things again. Let's do that.
Well, thank you for being here, beautiful one, and thank you everyone for
Thank
watching.
you, Lysa. Lysa, you're amazing. Thank you so very much for this and for allowing me and other healers and other people just to express themselves and, you know, to give the contribute, to be heard, you know, and to allow people, you know, just to give, you know, to get new perspectives and just new vibes, different vibes.
That's the way. Oh, yay.
Thank you so very much.
I love it. And if you liked this, please give this video a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel to check out more of this goodness, or Dharma Love has a new YouTube channel coming that I'll be subscribing to, so please check out for that, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.